Hello farmers and aspiring farmers, my name is Odzanai Manyore, coming to you with yet another informative edition of your program, Agribusiness in Support of Vision 2030. This is where we discuss everything agriculture in the fraternity, also even including today we are looking at agricultural education here in Zimbabwe. We are running under a theme called Promoting Sustainable Agriculture in Zimbabwe through Education in Good Agricultural Practices. Today we are going to be listening and talking to Honorable Marapira, the Deputy Minister in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development right here in Zimbabwe. Honorable Davis Marapira, thank you for gracing our platform with your presence today.
You're welcome, Wadanai.
Yes. As we get into our discussion and say, you would find that in as much as our graduates, our diploma students want to further their studies, they might be encountering challenges getting into universities. Can you talk to us maybe in terms of future initiatives that you have to address such an anomaly in our industry?
Thank you, Wadanai. I'm busy negotiating with vice chancellors of universities and principals of our colleges so that they can come up with a syllabus which will suit the diploma to do 2 years in our universities. It's a long process because when I tried to consult them, they were saying at the diploma level they may not have covered certain stuff which are covered within the 4 years of the university degrees. But we want to shape something which will suit both our diploma students. If they finish the 4 years, they should be able to go to the university and only do 2 years.
Moving right along, Marapira, you would find that we do have the presidential input scheme that you highlighted as Rural Development 8.0. Can you talk to us in terms of maybe how the presidential input scheme can be used in line with agriculture education, capacitating the youth, the graduates, to make sure that they undertake certain projects within their communities?
Wazanai, thank you for that brilliant question. Wadzanai, as we're getting to 8.0, which is the president's baby, our universities and colleges should be in line with the Rural Development 8.0. We want to capacitate our students in such a way that when they graduate, like what they did today here at Jibero, they are able to enhance production and productivities in rural areas. And what are we going to do? We are going to introduce presidential input scheme at college level, where students at first year and third year are given inputs to grow on their own plots. And as an incentive, if they produce their grains, what it may be wheat, it may be maize, it may be soya, they're going to sell and generate income. I think you are quite aware the president is setting up 35,000 horticultural gardens.
Yes.
Capacitated by 35,000 boreholes, village by village, with solarized boreholes. Not only that, the president is giving 35,000 by 2 fish ponds. It means even graduates from this college, we should equip them with the same gardens, with the same fish ponds, so that when they go there to our villages, they will be able to manage our fish ponds, they will be able to manage our horticultural garden.
Thank you so much, Honorable Marapira. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
You're welcome.
On that note, viewers, let us cross over and go onto the podium and listen to Honorable Davis Marapira giving us a further detailed presentation on the plans of the government in line with agriculture education.
I am both honored and humbled to be your guest of honor at this important occasion in the annual calendar of Chibero Agricultural College. This graduation ceremony is a positive step which marks a great milestone on our agricultural education transformation journey. It is worth noting that the future of agriculture in Zimbabwe lie in the hands of young men and women. The qualification you have obtained today puts you in a better position and authority to lead the production of food for our people. It is pleasing to note that it is now a year since government successfully transformed our education curriculum from agriculture education 2.0, whose outputs were trainers and extensionists, to agriculture education for development 5.0 curricula, which is one of the milestones in our agriculture and food system transformation strategy. The new agricultural education for development system seeks to focus on 5 objectives. The focus of the government today is rural industrialization through rural development. The president is coming up with Rural Development 8.0, which is quite exciting. And you find yourselves very involved in Rural Development 8.0. Some may not understand what I mean by Rural Development 8.0. There are 8 things which are being done by our president to develop our rural areas. The major one is where the president is drilling 35,000 boreholes, village by village. That's where he talks about no place and no one not to be left behind. Around the 35,000 boreholes drilled, they are going to be powered by solar energy. To the graduates, I wish you everything or the best in your future endeavors. Whatever you pursue, do it with passion and commitment. Go out and be ambassadors for agriculture and champions of rural upliftment. I thank you.
On that note, viewers, we've come to the end of the first segment. We're going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the second segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. We are now here in the second segment of your program. We are still celebrating agriculture education here in our agricultural industry. Now, viewers, we encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with the producer, Wadzanai Manyore, so 0772-807-506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. Make a follow-up on this episode and more, and leave your comments and suggestions. They are most welcome to us on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We are also now available on X, formerly known as Twitter. It's at Agribusiness 110. Now, at this point in time, I've taken the liberty of inviting Dr. Dondofema. He is the Director of Agriculture Education in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Road Development right here in Zimbabwe. But Dondofema, thank you for gracing our platform with your presence today.
Most welcome, Waza.
As we get into our discussion, Dr. Dondofema, you would find that as a ministry, you also have the Agricultural Growth Recovery Plan. How does agriculture education fit into that plan?
The Department of Agricultural Education, housed in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development, is mainly responsible for human capital development. So that resource is responsible for implementing or operationalizing the Agricultural Recovery Plan. So as we teach, as we develop our curriculum, we want to support the current blueprints and flagship programs, including that which you have said out. If we train students in colleges, we are now emphasizing on entrepreneurship, where we say the agricultural business, even in rural setups, should be done in a business way. We are developing the human resource to implement these flagship programs like the Agricultural Recovery Plan, as you mentioned.
Now, Dr. Dondofema, you'd find that we have various colleges, and of recently I need to congratulate your department by bringing in the Zimbabwe Online Agricultural College, which is the 9th one. Can you talk about the distribution throughout the various provinces in our country of these colleges? I understand that it was done strategically.
Our principals are moving on to have an agricultural college in each province, but currently we have 8 agri-colleges in various provinces, and the 9th one, as we said, which is catering for everyone and everywhere, even across the borders of Zimbabwe, the ZOAC, Zimbabwe Online Agricultural College. Let me start with the conventional colleges which we have. Starting from Matabeleland, we have Esgodina Agricultural College in Matabeleland South. Coming to Midlands Waza, we have 2 colleges, which is Mlezu Agricultural College and also Rio Tindo Agricultural College. And this can also cater for everyone in Zimbabwe and even outside. In Mashonaland West Waza, we have also 2 colleges, which is Chibero Agri College, where we are right now, and Gwebi Agricultural College. In Mashonaland Central, we also have 2, Shamba Agricultural College and Mazoe Veterinary College. Mazoe Vet College is unique in the sense of emphasizing in animal health and production. In Mashonaland East Waza, we also have another college there, which is Kushinga Pikelela. So we have these 8 colleges running in various provinces, and we have got 3 provinces which are remaining, and our principals, Honorable Minister, Deputy Ministers and the Permanent Secretary are working towards establishing an agri-college in each province. So we are targeting Manicaland province, we are targeting Masvingo province, we are also targeting Matabeleland North.
Finally, Dr. Dondofema, in a snippet, the name of our program is Agribusiness in Support of Vision 2030. You are working with the Ministry of Lands, inside the Ministry of Lands. How can you talk to us in terms of our audience, those that are watching, in terms of agricultural education and its key fundamental role in ensuring that as a country we attain that Vision 2030 through agriculture education?
All the programs which we train and being embarked on in various areas, they are towards making farming as a business. So with that knowledge and experience, our students develop projects which they are going to embark even after training and make their money. Vision 2030 is about making money. We are also saying agricultural colleges should be self-sustaining. They should have projects where they make their own money to sustain themselves, so that they can also feed into treasury than just drawing from treasury. So we are reducing the burden of treasury in funding agri-colleges by the new curriculum, Waza. So we are moving along with Vision 2030.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dondofema. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you so much, Waza. Thank you, Zimbabwe.
We are now here with a student who's enrolled here at Chibero College, who's going to be enlightening us on some of the courses that she took and what could have inspired or motivated her to undertake agriculture as a course to study. Thank you, Ashley, for joining us today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
As we get into our discussion, Ashley, I would like to ask you, what could have inspired or motivated you as a lady to participate in the agricultural industry, starting with enrolling with this college so that you get the knowledge as to be suitable and maybe to be able to undertake certain tasks that come in the industry?
Oh, so what motivated me the most is in agriculture, there are more chances to be an entrepreneur than to be an employee. So when I finished my studies of my O-levels, I discovered that there are more chances to be an entrepreneur and there are more chances for me to make money in the agriculture industry. You can start small, but then after there are some years, you earn big and you be one of the biggest people in Zimbabwe.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for that. As we round off this segment, Ashley, I would like you to enlighten our audience there at home in terms of some of the courses that you undertook within your diploma that you are undertaking and how you think those courses are going to enable you to be an entrepreneur. Like you said, it's your desire, it's your wish.
Okay, I'll start with my favorite module, which is crop production. It's big, and we specialize with high production of high value crops, which is like one of the most expensive horticultural crops, like for example broccoli,
Yes.
cauliflower, blueberry. So we want to export so that we earn more foreign currency in this country to have more development. So for crop production, we are learning so that we do exports and we also market locally, not doing imports.
Okay.
Then we have animal husband. For animal husbandry, in Zimbabwe, it is now discovered that our exports are now, the rate of export for beef is very low. So we are learning so that we upgrade and bring our status back of exporting beef.
Yes.
Then engineering, we are taught about the irrigation systems, the farm machinery we want to use, so that we can be innovative to not buying or exporting machinery from other countries, but making our own machinery here in this country of Zimbabwe. Then we have farm and agribusiness. We learn about farm budgeting. Where would we go without budgeting? So we are learning about how we are going to do, how we are going to earn our profits, how we are going to use our costs, how we are going to use our machineries, our everything we need to do.
Although viewers have come to the end of the second segment, we're going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. Today, we are celebrating education under the new curricula of Agri Education 5.0. At this point in time, I have taken the liberty of inviting the principal of Chibero College, Mr. Mushai. Mr. Mushai, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yes. As we get into our discussion, Mr. Mushai, I would like you to talk to our audience there at home in terms of those modules or courses that are within this diploma, those that enhance and make sure that student and is now ready for the industry. What are those modules or courses in a snippet that you might want to highlight that you are proud of as a college?
Okay, thank you very much. I think at the college we offer many courses under 4 disciplines. We offer agricultural engineering, and under agricultural engineering there are courses. We offer animal production. There are courses under that discipline. We offer agri-business and farm management, then crop production. Each one of those has got a full package of modules that we grill students in, and in each module there's the practical component, there's the theory component, then there's the project component.
Are you producing students in line with the expectations of the industry?
In the past, our training used to focus on 2 pillars, which is the training and extension. The new curriculum we're offering now speaks to those 2 plus research, innovation, and commercialization, which dovetails well with the President's vision of heritage-based training. So for us to assess whether our student is satisfied that curriculum, they undergo rigorous tests in theory. We test them on the practical. We test them on the project that they do. There's a rigorous screening that is done by both the college lecturers and our partner in training, the University of Zimbabwe. Once a student has been certified, we are pretty sure that they conform to the rigors of the industry. And locally, we do practice practically. If it means dosing animals, the student has to get hold of the animal, dose it.
Yes.
After all that's rigorous in terms of theory, practical projects, and they are duly tested by tested institutions, we are pretty happy that they've satisfied our mandate of research-based training.
Finally, Mr. Mushai, I would like you to talk to our audience there at home and even some of the students that might look, or some of the children out there, youth who are looking to get into agriculture and acquiring knowledge. You would find that earlier on when the minister was speaking on his speech, he spoke to us in terms of the prerequisite now, whereby a student has to go to a pre-attachment before enrollment. It was done in the past and now you've reintroduced it back. Can you talk to us in terms of that? How does it work? What is it?
Okay. Some of the students came here without the aptitude of farming.
Yes, they were coming from town, mallocation.
Yes. And then probably they get frustrated that
yes,
I chose
too hard.
Exactly. That I chose a a different career path to what I wanted. So this pre-college was then introduced so that the student goes on the farm for 3 months before you enroll the student. So the pre-college is actually a selection process for entrance into the college.
Yes.
After the 3 months, they also come here for our own rigorous interview. So it's really to calculate the right aptitude into the enrolled student.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mshai, for such a detailed presentation. I like that you alluded the fact of conditioning the student before he or she is enrolled in this diploma course. You are making sure that the mindset is conditioned and it is transformed to be that one of an agronomist or an agribusiness entrepreneur. Exactly. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Anytime.
Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. We are here in the third and final segment, and I've taken the liberty of inviting one of the scholars here, Pesnal Mateuro. She's going to be taking us through her journey to acquire this diploma that she has today. Pesnal, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yes. As we get into our discussion, Pesnal, I understand that you are from Midlands. You have traveled all the way from Midlands to come to Mashonaland West to acquire your education. Can you maybe just take us through your plans after acquisition of this diploma, of this course?
Okay, firstly, I'll go and look for a job somewhere. Then after that, I got the capital to start my own things. As in agriculture, we are all learning to be entrepreneurs, being our own bosses. So I want to be an entrepreneur. Yes.
Yes. Could you maybe enlighten me on what could have led you to decide to be an entrepreneur? Is it the courses that you studied that you would want to cite today to say that I studied animal production and as such I'm going to be a broiler farmer or a livestock producer? What could have inspired you, or which module would have led you to want to be an entrepreneur?
Okay. What led me to want to be an entrepreneur? The modules we learned here, for example, the pig production. If you look at the budgets of the pig production, their profits are very high.
Yes.
So I want to venture into the pig production and the other horticultural crops like the fine beans, the chilies, the broccoli, and so many other horticultural projects.
Finally, Pesnal, I want you to talk to us, to our audience there at home. You would find that kune vari kutoti inini sekuru wangu murimi mukuru chaizvo kuhurungu uko havana kana diploma. I don't need a diploma to undertake any agricultural enterprise. Could you enlighten our audience there at home, at the same time motivate and inspire some ladies who might be watching mumwe akatopedza form 4 arusha ndoite ine upenyu hwangu in terms of undertaking agriculture as a business, as a profession, and even going to tertiary education to acquire such qualifications?
Okay, it is important to come here and study. For example, we have the agri and business, farm and agribusiness department here.
Yes.
So in farm and agribusiness department, we learn a lot of things like budgeting, making sure all your costs, you are minimizing costs.
Record keeping.
You can't do that without knowing how it is done, how a budget is prepared.
Yes. Thank you so much, Pesnal, for coming onto our platform. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you.
There you heard it, viewers. We were looking at agriculture as a profession, agriculture education in our agricultural industry right here in Zimbabwe. From me, your host was Zanai Manyore. I'm also on Instagram. It's a W Manyore, and the crew behind the scenes. Have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.